Alright, so we are back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be going over what the Part 2 banners for Worldwide Download Celebration 2023 are going to look like. Because of course we did get the announcement video for Part 2 of Worldwide Download Celebration 2023, and this is scheduled for very early in the morning on the 12th of September, so make sure you're staying tuned on the channel. I should either be live or be posting a lot of videos like right after the information gets revealed, so definitely make sure you're staying tuned. This is going to drop a lot of information. We're going to get the reveal for what the Part 2 LRs are going to be, probably what their banners are going to look like, because we're going to get that little picture. We're going to see what type of format the banners are going to be. We're going to see some EZAs most likely as well, maybe some details for the EZAs, and then just probably some event announcements and little stuff like that. But a lot of stuff getting revealed, so again, make sure you're staying tuned for this. But with this announcement, a lot of people are curious, what will the Part 2 banners look like? I know a lot of people are saving some stones for them. People probably got shafted on the Part 1 banners, so then now you're looking towards Part 2. And let me just say, these Part 2 banners are going to be pretty crazy. I think we most likely have some really good LRs being featured on them, and it's just going to have a lot of value. So before we get into the banners, I do want to clarify a couple things. Number one, this is under the assumption it's going to be Carnival banners. I think that would make the most sense because you can see they're kind of following the same format as the 8th year anniversary. And then for the 8th year anniversary, for Part 1, it was Dokkan Festival banners. Part 2, Carnival banners. So then you could assume for Worldwide, Part 1, we got Dokkan Festival banners, and then Part 2, obviously Carnival banners. So it would make the most sense we get Carnival banners, but keep in mind, I mean, I guess it's a possibility there'll be Dokkan Festival LRs, maybe Yellow Coin LRs, but that would make literally no sense. So it's probably going to be Carnival banners. And then also, we are under the assumption it's going to be a Sword of Hope Trunks and then a Rose Goku Black. That would also make the most sense because they already kind of teased at both of those things before. But I guess keep in mind, because sometimes Dokkan doesn't like to make sense, I guess maybe we could see like an LR Androids, maybe a Tank Top Trunks or something like that. I wouldn't want that. I would rather get a Rose Goku Black or Sword of Hope Trunks, but I don't know, man. It's possible, right? I just want to throw that out there. And also, I built these banners directly off of previous Carnival LR banners. So first off, we've got the 8th year anniversary Carnival banners, and then we've got the previous Worldwide Download Celebration Carnival LR banners. So these up-and-coming banners probably make the most sense because I literally built them off of the previous year's banner. So it would make sense that we would see some of the same patterns on these Carnival banners that we would for the up-and-coming Carnival banners. But anyway, with all that said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, first off, we do have the Sword of Hope Trunks' banner. I did actually do another video going into detail about what I think both of their kits are going to look like with the Sword of Hope Trunks and then the Goku Black. So if you want to watch that, I'll leave a link to it on the screen. But yeah, Sword of Hope Trunks, definitely really exciting. I hope they don't fumble him. I hope he's crazy busted because he's definitely buffing a couple bad teams. So the first featured unit we have right here is the Carnival LR Goku. So I probably should have this guy pulled up, but it's whatever. I memorize a lot of the stuff in his kit anyway. So this guy is a very, very good defensive unit. He's got that guard for the first 6 turns. He's stacking defense, and he can do some really solid damage once you receive the right amount of attacks. He's got the active skill. He's got the survive KO mechanic. So he's just a very, very insane unit. Especially for newer players, this guy's going to provide a ton of value because he is leading Turtle School, which includes, you know, all Gokus, all Krillins, all Yamchas, all Master Roshis, all that. So this guy's leader skill is very good. Him as a unit is very good because he is a very, very, very tanky unit in slot 1 for the first 6 turns. But then because he's stacking defense and then he's building up defense, even when you lose the guard, he's still going to be pretty good defensively. So from the 8th year anniversary Carnival LRs, this guy was the most treasured unit. Like, he's just very, very useful. And I still see a lot of people talking about him today and how good he is. So him being featured is definitely a good thing. Again, he's just a crazy unit all around. And then next up, we do have the Bird Coup. So Bird Coup, all right, he's aged a bit, right? I mean, we just got to get that out of the way first thing. He's a little over a year old at this point. Obviously, he was the Part 1 Carnival LR for the previous Worldwide Download Celebration. But that's not to say he's not good. He's still a very useful LR. He is a really good slot 1 tank because he's got that guard and he's stacking defense. So for the first couple turns, he might not look amazing. But keep in mind, he's got that guard when HP, I think is it 59% or more? So yeah, he's got the guard with that, and then he's stacking defense. So then you let him stack up, he's going to look really crazy. He does have the revive as well, so then when you're below 59% HP, you could potentially get the revive. So his use is very straightforward, and he's going to be very useful, but with a lot more revive units coming out, like for instance the STR GT Duo, their revive is very important to get as well. So I don't know, his use is going to get a little wonkier with time because you want to prioritize other revive units, but for now, he's a very good unit. He's a stacker, and he has guard, and he can do some solid damage. So definitely a good unit with him. And then next up, we have probably the main reason most people want to summon on like the Carnival LR banners, because she's going to be featured on one of them. We got LR Bulma. Do I need to talk about LR Bulma, really? I don't think I do. I mean, yeah, probably the best unit in the game. She's most likely not going to be as good as the new Carnival LRs, but yeah, very good unit with her. I'm not even going to discuss it anymore. She's just busted. And then next up, we do have the STR Trunks and Mai. So they're pretty bad. I mean, if you're facing, I think it's a Future Saga enemy. It might be Time Travelers, but if you're facing, I'm pretty sure it's a Future Saga enemy, you do get a 50% chance to dodge. So in a lot of difficult content now, obviously with this being a Future Saga celebration, we're getting a lot of Future Saga enemies in this difficult content. This guy could be pretty useful because of that 50% chance to dodge. He gets some defense on super. He can look pretty impressive on a full Time Travelers team. So he's an alright unit, I guess, but it's not like insane. He's kind of one of the wonkier units on the banner. I would say the good units are like the first couple units. You got Sword of Hope Trunks, you got this Goku, and then Bulma. And then the units do start to fall off a bit. But that's not to say this guy's bad. Again, in Future Saga events, this guy could definitely have his uses. And then next up, we do have the LR Gohan and Trunks. I mean, they're alright, I guess. We're talking about them easying for the celebration, so they're not really insane. But they can have some value. When you do get the revive into just the Gohan, he's got high amounts of damage reduction. He can have solid levels of defense, and his damage can look pretty impressive. But other than that, they're not that insane. And then next, we got the Easy A for this guy. He's just aged out. He's had his Easy A for too long. He's been out for way too long. So, yeah, this guy does kind of suck. But you could see the theme I was kind of going for. These guys made the most sense to be on the banner. And then these were all just like Future Saga units and Trunkses. So it makes sense they're going to be on the banner, you know. And then next, for the 3 like SSRs at the end, because with these Carnival banners, we typically get 3 SSRs, you know, at the bottom. And all of these SSRs are always related to the banner. You'll notice, like with the Carnival Goku, or the Tech Carnival Goku's banner, these were all from the Cooler movies, and then with the Metal Cooler banner, these were all from the Cooler movies, and then these are a little less direct because this was the Z Fighters Gohan and then the Kai Goku, so there wasn't really a theme, it was more or less just the intro, but they still kind of pertain to the units. So the last 3 units are absolutely going to pertain to Future Saga, and that's why I think these 3 make the most sense. This guy, I mean, he's alright, I guess. He's really not that great, but he can be somewhat impressive to newer players. This guy did just get his Easy A, so it makes sense he's going to be featured. Unfortunately, his Easy A wasn't amazing, but he's solid, I guess. And then this Int Mai, really insane unit, actually. She's carrying me through a lot of difficult events now. She's a support, she gets that 70% chance to dodge, and she's great for Super Battle Road. So she's an amazing unit. And then that does wrap up the Trunks' banner. So let me know what you're thinking about this banner down in the comments. You know, I mean, I think it's a really good banner. There's a couple units here and there that kind of suck. Like, you know, I guess this guy kind of sucks. The Physical Trunks kind of sucks. The Gohan and Trunks aren't really amazing. But other than them, this is a pretty solid banner. But once again, keep in mind, this probably isn't going to be the exact lineup of the banner. This is just my predictions. And then next up, we do have the Goku Black's banner. Now, obviously, you would assume it would be a Goku Black with the Scythe. I think that would be really clean because we have a lot of unused animations from the Scythe Goku Black that could just look just amazing, especially with how great animations are now. And then maybe he could have like a domain into the Clone Zamasu or something like that. But there's just a lot they could do. So I definitely think a Goku Black would be good. And then the first featured unit, it's basically just the opposite of the previous banner. So we've got the Carnival LR Goku here. Now we would have the Carnival LR Gohan. The Gohan definitely isn't as good as the Goku, but that's not to say he's bad. He does get some damage reduction on Super. He is also stacking attack and defense. And he's very good for World Tournament. So definitely a good unit. I just don't think he's as good as the Kai Goku, but he's still a really solid unit. And then the same is to be said with the Metal Cooler. Not as good as the Bird Coup, but he's still a very, very good unit. He's good on a lot of Wicked Bloodline teams because he's linking very well with everyone. He can build up to some pretty reasonable stats, and he does get some pretty reasonable amounts of defense on Super as well. And then obviously, he's got the Revive. And the Revive is probably the main use of him because it's completely unrestricted. You can just throw him in whatever slot, in whatever turn, in whatever event. And then if you die, you revive. So that's definitely good, but I don't know. I feel like he kind of aged like very rapidly over the past year. So unfortunately, not the best of unit, but if you don't have him, he can still be solid, especially because of how bad these Extreme Class teams are. So then having a unit who's even kind of good is still very useful for those Extreme Class teams. And then next up, we do have the LR Zamasu, still a very, very good unit. Unfortunately, he's not able to link with the LR Zamasu on the Dokkan Fest banner, but with the new LR Goku Black, you'd be able to link with. If this guy could Easy A, he's going to be able to link with him. So this guy's still a very, very good unit. And of course, he's on most of these Future Saga teams. I mean, it's literally Fusion Zamasu. So he's still buffing a lot of these new units. And then next up, we do have the AGL Super Boo. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of this guy. But for the first couple turns when he has that guard, I'll admit, he can be very, very useful. He does get extra buffs when facing a certain type of enemy. Honestly, I forget what it is. But, I mean, he can be pretty good in some events. You just kind of have to be careful with how you use him. I really hope we get an LR Kid Boo soon, man. Because if we have this guy on a Majin Power team, we've got, you know, the EZA STR Boo. I don't know, maybe we get an EZA for the Golden Week Tech Boo. We get a new LR Kid Boo. Dude, that Majin Power team is going to be really good. So I hope this guy gets buffed soon with, you know, an LR Kid Boo. And then next up, we do have the LR Goku Black. I mean, you know, he's probably going to EZA during his celebration. So it's the only really reason he's on here. He is also buffing a lot of other Zamasu units and all that because he just links well with them. He's a good just addition to their teams. He probably wouldn't link well with a new Goku Black, or he probably wouldn't link at all with them, because it's most likely just going to start off as a Rose Goku Black. But potentially, if he starts off as a base Goku Black that transforms into Rose, then this guy could link with him. So there's potential he could be very good next to the new LR Goku Black, but keep in mind, if it's just a straight up Rose Goku Black, he wouldn't link with him. And then next up, we do have the Bojack. I just kind of threw him on here because he's an extreme class LR that's somewhat good. You got to have a couple bad units on these banners. You'll notice with these Carnival banners, you know, you've got like the STR Frieza, you've got this guy right here who still sucks without his EZA, you've got, you know, the Tech Spirit Bomb Goku, who's solid, but, you know, he's not like amazing. And then on this banner, you've got your Tech Brolys, your Nappas, your Bardocks. So you have to have some bad LRs on these banners, which is why I kind of threw this guy on this banner, and then I threw the Trunks on this banner. And then for the 3 SSRs at the end, once again, they typically directly fit the theme of the headlining unit or the theme of the celebration or whatever. So I just picked a bunch of Zamasus and Goku Blacks. We got the AGO Goku Black right here. He's a really good support, so if you're new to the game, you could throw him on these Goku Black and Zamasu teams. He could make the team look a lot better. And then we've got the Int Zamasu. This guy could potentially EZA during the celebration. I feel like we would have already seen it if he was, but there's still a chance because he could be a very good EZA unit. He's got damage reduction. I think he's got 40%, and then he gets up to 120% to stats. So if they just bump up what he already has, he could be an insane unit. And then next up, we have the Zamasu and then Gawasu. I mean, yeah, he just got his EZA. He's all right. He's a really good support. That's one thing about him. He's an insane support. I think he supports for like 70% defense and then a little bit of ki. So if you want to throw him on these Zamasu teams, he's definitely going to make everyone look a lot better. So I think this is a pretty good lineup for the Goku Black's banner. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about it. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about both these banners and which banner you would summon on if this was the exact lineup. And yeah, I guess that pretty much has been the video. Once again, let me know how you're feeling about these banners. Let me know what type of banners you want them to be, whether it be Dokkan Festival, Carnival LRs, whatever. So that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.